Please go crazy for Thierry Henry. Thierry, how are you, man? You're looking good. Isn't Thierry looking splendid this evening? I like your style. Who chooses your clothes? Yourself? You have a stylist? Who picks the outfit?
My daughter.
Your daughter?
Yes, she picked up the outfit, so I had to wear that, believe it or not.
How old is your daughter?
9.5.
Well, you're lucky you're not in a choo-choo then, or something like that, you know, like a flower thing in there.
She has good taste, I guess.
How lovely to have a youngster like that. You have 2 children, don't you?
Yes, I have a boy too, 2.5.
Wow, and so he isn't choosing clothes for you, I guess, just yet?
No, and I'm happy about that. So.
Is he showing, or is she, or either of them showing any sporting aptitude? Are you kind of encouraging them in that?
My daughter, she's not quite there yet, to be honest. But she can pick up some clothes.
Yeah,
though.
but you've tried her in sports. You've tried her with football. You've tried her with... She just doesn't enjoy that sort of thing?
Not really. Not really.
Okay.
But it's all right. Okay. I love her.
Good. Well, against all odds.
Exactly.
Now, you will notice, I'm sure, many will know, that Thierry is originally from France.
Yes.
From Paris, I believe.
Yes.
I don't know if you know this, Tracy lives part of the year in France. Are you fluent in French?
I can't speak a word of French, not one word.
Well, how do you get by with the natives over there?
I love it. I love it. I don't talk to anyone. It's fantastic.
Wow. Is that okay, do you think?
I don't know, because we don't actually make... When you're in France, French people don't make an effort to try to speak English, let's all be honest. So that's why, how do you communicate? I mean, you don't actually, so...
Bonjour, ça va? Ça va bien?
Bien, merci. Et toi?
Hasn't he got the most beautiful voice in the world?
Yes. I might say a brilliant French accent as well. I mean, really good.
I worked on it.
You're on it. Yeah. You retired when you were 37 years old, which in football years, actually, is pretty old to still be in the game, is it not?
Yes, it is. I mean, I played 20 years.
Wow.
It was pretty long. Yeah.
You played all over the world, of course. You've played, obviously,
yeah.
you played for France a lot, but you played in America as well and in Italy. What was it made you initially, when you were asked to come over and play for Arsenal, what was the main attraction?
I will be honest, Arsene, Henry, the Arsenal kit, there's something that... it's true, when you're young, you have sometimes something that will stay in your head. And I used to love the Arsenal kit, still love it, by the way. But Arsene, and I just wanted to play at the time in the Premiership and now the Premier League. But what's weird is, I don't know if you guys know that, but in Italy and in Spain, if you don't win a game, the fans will confront you at the end of games. They will wait for you in the car park and demand... It's true, you're laughing. It's a true story. They will wait for you, try to maybe fight with you.
Wow. Oh, these are your fans.
That's why I'm here to live.
These are the fans.
That's why I stayed here.
That makes sense.
But no, it is true. It is true. They will wait for you, go at the training ground, confront you. Why we didn't win? Maybe if we would have played, we would have won. I don't know. But it's just the fact that, you know. So when I arrived here, I love that about the culture here is that you guys are very passionate. Yeah. But you understand that a player, or not only a player, but someone that's known in bracket needs a tiny bit of space. Yeah. And that's why I'm here to live, because I do enjoy that. You said you love being here, and obviously the fans over here did embrace you and they welcomed you. But recently, and I don't know if you saw this, I suspect you did, that awful footage that we will all have seen, I'm sure, of the Chelsea fans in France, that, you know, terrible act of aggression and racism in Paris. Did you encounter that in the game as well? And do you think there's a way of ending that? To talk about that Chelsea problem, you can't have a go at Chelsea because it's difficult to control who's going to travel. You can't have that control. You know, obviously I played games where away from home in Europe, in countries that are not very clever, if I can say, and lack of education sometimes also can be the thing. Is, you know, you play a game and you try to concentrate and keep your composure, and what you hear sometimes is black this and monkey chants and people spitting at you when you take a corner kick. And it is not easy. It is not easy, and that has to stop. And what has to be done for it to stop, I don't know. You know, you need to have a zero tolerance. I believe in that, but I did encounter it, and it is not easy to deal with. I'm telling you, because when you lose it, then they're like, you should know better, come on. behave.
You're meant to soak all that out.
I'm a human being, and that's not the type of thing you want to hear. I'm sure if you guys were performing, at the same time that you're performing, someone is telling you something that you don't want to hear. So it is not an easy one. We don't want to see that, and it has to stop.
But it is tough, because even though, yeah, I think, obviously, absolutely, and I think the zero tolerance is the key.
Yeah, it is.
What kind of reaction do you get in the street? Not just sort of like, let's say Arsenal fans initially, but people who aren't necessarily football fans who recognise you and know who you are?
Well, it depends. It depends who you encounter. Usually I get the respect, I guess, that maybe I deserve or don't, or whatever it is. If it's a Tottenham fan, sometimes I don't get it.
Yeah.
But that's the way it is.
Yeah. They must still have a respect for you, a grudging respect.
Yeah, it's like, well done. You know? It's kind of a, it's kind of weird, but...
Did they, when you were in your later games, when you were a senior player with much younger players, did they ever show you, would they not tackle you, go, all right, sir, you go through?
Yeah, sometimes you get that.
Really?
Sometimes you get that. The respect sometimes goes that far. Yeah, it is.
I
don't know. Yeah, it was good because I could go past them. But I don't know if it's good at the end of the day for them. You know, you need to have that respect, but when you're on the field, you need to have that animal type of vision, and you're there to fight, in bracket, if I can say.
And do you miss that? Do you miss having a team around you like that, or do you find that coaching the youngsters gives you that kind of camaraderie?
What I miss is, I will always miss the camaraderie, and the day of a big game, because there is nothing better, and I'm sure you guys have the same sensation, is that morning when everybody's calling you, we will be watching you tonight, it's a big game, it's live, you make a mistake, everybody saw you. The feeling that you have in your body when you have to play that big game, you always miss that dressing room, the smell of the dressing room, the guys around you, yeah, you'll miss that.
What exactly is that smell you're missing?
The smell of the dressing room?
Yeah, what sort of notes? If it was a perfume, how would you describe the notes as they come through?
It's not late enough to talk about that.
Yeah. So you're doing now, and this has been the hit for you already. You're doing the punditry, you're doing the commentating on Sky Sports. You're working with some ex-rivals as well out there, aren't you?
Yes.
You've got Gary Neville, who used to play against, and Jamie as well.
Jamie Redknapp, Jamie Carragher.
Yeah.
I didn't play with Graham Souness. I'm not that old against him, sorry. It's just amazing to be able to see those guys. And sometimes when we watch the game together, when we off air, we talk about it, and it's a good banter. We don't have any. We used to kick each other and have that rivalry in a good way.
Yeah, it was fierce rivalry between you and Gary Neville in particular, wasn't it?
Well, it was more, at the end of the day, it was us, but it was more Arsenal against Man United, if you can say. It wasn't me against him. Sometimes yes, sometimes not, but it was more the two teams, yeah.
Was there a moment when you decided to hug, like men can hug, and to show that was all in the past? Did you embrace?
We hug each other, yeah. I like it. It's nice. It's cool. You see, that's the camaraderie.
It's a cool thing.
It's all right.
And it's the only way you're going to get that locker room smell back in your life.
Exactly. I needed that.
A big sniff of Neville in the morning, that's what you need.
That is nice. I like it. I don't mind it. Dressing room smell, I'm used to it.
I've got a dressing room upstairs if you want to come and see. I haven't had a shower today. I mean, I'm feeling like a hamster right now. What is that? You ever had that when you spend too long in bed without, like you had a cold or something, about 3 or 4 days in bed, you haven't had a shower and you think, I smell like a hamster cage. You ever had that? Is that just me?
No. Yeah, it's just
me?
you.
Sigourney? Throw me a bone here. Sigourney, you must have had it. Come on. Old Stinky Weaver back at school days. Come on. There must have been a weekend, hey? Before you blossom. So life is good for you, though, Thierry. This is where you want to be, I guess. You're happy where you are right now?
Yeah, everything is, I come back closer to my daughter also. That's something very important for me. That was part of the plan, too. Just happy to be back here. I feel like I never left.
The big question, I suppose, people want to know is, do you have your sights set on the big job at Arsenal? If and when he decides to call it a day, when Mr. Wenger says, OK, enough is enough, will you step in? Are you ready for it? Do you want it?
Now, the thing that I will say is, I don't know what Arsene wants to do and how long he's going to stay. I just want to be equipped to be in a position one day, maybe, to be a manager. If it's obviously being the manager of Arsenal Football Club, that will be a dream. But first of all, but we're not there. Let's all be honest. I just need to learn first. Yeah. First and foremost, that's the most important thing. It's not because, like I said before, it's not because you know the game that you can teach it. And I just want to learn.
So let's assume the learning curve goes well. A couple of years down the line, you're there. You're doing pretty well. Old Arsene gives you a call. He says, "Listen, Terry, I'm going. Are you ready?" You say.
Oh, I can't say no to Arsenal, so I would say yes.
You'd say yes, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. That's what we want to hear. That is what I suspect Arsenal fans want to hear. OK. Lovely to have you here. I'm so pleased you came on the show. It's such a pleasure to meet you, as indeed it was already this evening. Will you join me in saying thank you to Thierry Henry, ladies and gentlemen? Thierry, that was magnificent. Thank you, sir. Stay tuned.